Pirates of the Caribbean cast then versus now, 2026. Where are they now? Intro. Back in 2003, Disney released a movie that nobody expected to become one of the greatest adventure franchises of all time. Based on a theme park ride, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl surprised audiences with its unforgettable characters, breathtaking action, supernatural twists, and a perfect mix of comedy and adventure. The film became a worldwide blockbuster, earning hundreds of millions of dollars at the box office and turning its cast into global superstars. More than 2 decades later, the movie is still loved by millions, and its characters remain some of the most iconic in cinema history. But have you ever wondered what the cast looks like today? Where are they now? And what have they been doing since sailing the seas aboard the Black Pearl? Let's find out. 1. Johnny Depp, Captain Jack Sparrow. There's no better place to begin than with the legendary Captain Jack Sparrow. When The Curse of the Black Pearl was released in 2003, Johnny Depp completely changed the idea of what a movie pirate could be. Instead of portraying a fearless and serious captain, he created a character who was unpredictable, witty, constantly drunk-looking, yet somehow always one step ahead of everyone else. At first, Disney executives were reportedly unsure about his unusual performance. Some even worried that audiences wouldn't understand the character. But as soon as the film hit theaters, Jack Sparrow became an instant cultural phenomenon. His unique walk, slurred speech, unforgettable one-liners, and hilarious expressions made him one of the greatest movie characters ever created. Johnny's performance earned him his very first Academy Award nomination and transformed Jack Sparrow into the face of the entire franchise. But before joining Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny was already famous for films like Edward Scissorhands, Sleepy Hollow, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. However, Jack Sparrow elevated his career to another level, making him one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Today, in 2026, Johnny Depp is 63 years old. After several years filled with highly publicized legal battles and personal challenges, he gradually returned to acting, directing, and producing. He has also continued performing music with his rock band and appearing at international film festivals. Despite all the ups and downs in his career, millions of fans around the world still associate him with Captain Jack Sparrow. Even today, rumors about his possible return to the franchise continue to generate enormous excitement online. A fun fact is that Johnny based parts of Jack Sparrow's personality on Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards, who later appeared in the franchise as Jack's father. But every legendary pirate needs someone equally brave to fight beside him, and that's exactly where the next actor comes in. 2. Orlando Bloom. Will Turner. While Jack Sparrow brought humor to the adventure, Will Turner became its heart. Played by Orlando Bloom, Will started as a humble blacksmith with mysterious origins. As the story unfolded, audiences discovered that he was actually the son of the famous pirate bootstrap Bill Turner, a revelation that completely changed his destiny. Will wasn't interested in treasure or fame. Instead, he was driven by loyalty, honor, and his love for Elizabeth Swann. His courage, sword-fighting skills, and determination quickly made him one of the franchise's most beloved heroes. One of the highlights of the first movie was Will's incredible chemistry with both Jack Sparrow and Elizabeth Swann. Their friendship, rivalry, and teamwork created many of the film's most memorable scenes. Back in 2003, Orlando Bloom was already becoming a worldwide star after playing Legolas in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Appearing in Pirates of the Caribbean during the same period made him one of Hollywood's most recognizable young actors. Today in 2026, Orlando is 49 years old and continues working in major films and television projects. Outside acting, he's also known for his humanitarian work and environmental activism. Away from the cameras, Orlando enjoys cycling, yoga, and spending time with his family. Over the years, he has become an advocate for children's rights and has worked with several international charities. One interesting fact is that Orlando performed a surprising number of his own sword-fighting scenes after undergoing months of professional combat training. But while Will dreamed of discovering his true identity, another character refused to let society decide her future. 3. Keira Knightley. Elizabeth Swann. Elizabeth Swann wasn't just another princess waiting to be rescued. Played brilliantly by Keira Knightley, Elizabeth became one of the strongest female characters in modern adventure films. Intelligent, fearless, and determined, she constantly proved she was capable of standing alongside pirates and soldiers alike. Although she was born into a wealthy family, Elizabeth dreamed of freedom and adventure rather than a comfortable life inside the governor's mansion. Her curiosity about pirates eventually changed her life forever. Throughout the first film, audiences watched Elizabeth transform from a protected governor's daughter into someone willing to risk everything for the people she loved. Her bravery during dangerous situations made her one of the franchise's most inspiring characters. Back in 2003, Keira Knightley was only 18 years old when the movie premiered. While she had already appeared in several films, Pirates of the Caribbean turned her into an international superstar almost overnight. Today, in 2026, Keira is 41 years old and remains one of Britain's most respected actresses. Over the years, she has starred in numerous award-winning historical dramas, independent films, and critically acclaimed performances that showcased her incredible acting range. Outside of acting, Keira prefers to keep her personal life private and focuses much of her attention on family and carefully choosing meaningful projects. A fascinating fact is that many of Elizabeth's action scenes required extensive sword-fighting practice, something Keira had never experienced before joining the franchise. Her hard work paid off, helping Elizabeth become one of Disney's most iconic heroines. But while these three heroes sailed toward adventure, another pirate captain was patiently waiting for the perfect opportunity to reclaim the legendary Black Pearl. 4. Geoffrey Rush, Captain Hector Barbossa. Every great adventure needs an unforgettable villain, and in The Curse of the Black Pearl, that role belonged to Captain Hector Barbossa. Played by Academy Award winner Geoffrey Rush, Barbossa was far more than a typical pirate captain. At first, he appeared to be nothing more than a ruthless treasure hunter searching for gold. But as the story unfolded, audiences discovered that he and his crew were cursed, doomed to live forever as immortal skeletons under the moonlight. This shocking twist turned Barbossa into one of Disney's most memorable villains. What made the character so fascinating was Geoffrey Rush's incredible performance. One moment he could be terrifying and completely ruthless, and the next he would make the audience laugh with his clever humor and sarcastic personality. His famous line about being disinclined to acquiesce instantly became one of the franchise's most quoted moments. Before joining Pirates of the Caribbean, Geoffrey Rush had already established himself as one of Australia's greatest actors. He won an Academy Award for Shine in 1997 and built a reputation for delivering powerful performances in both theater and film. By joining the Pirates franchise, Geoffrey introduced himself to a younger generation of movie fans, and Captain Barbossa soon became one of the most beloved characters in the entire series. Today, in 2026, Geoffrey Rush is 75 years old. Although he appears in fewer films than before, he continues acting in selected projects while remaining highly respected throughout the film industry. Outside of Hollywood, Geoffrey has always maintained a strong connection to theater, where he began his acting career many years ago. An interesting fact is that Geoffrey personally developed many of Barbossa's unique facial expressions and speaking style, helping transform the character into one of cinema's most entertaining pirates. But while Barbossa ruled the seas through fear, another man believed that pirates should be destroyed forever. 5. Jack Davenport. Commodore James Norrington standing proudly in his Royal Navy uniform. Commodore James Norrington represented law, discipline, and order. Played by Jack Davenport, Norrington was one of the finest officers in the British Royal Navy. Brave, intelligent, and highly respected, he dedicated his life to capturing pirates and protecting the Caribbean. However, despite his impressive military career, his greatest weakness was his love for Elizabeth Swann. Throughout the movie, Norrington constantly found himself competing with Will Turner and Captain Jack Sparrow, not only in battle, but also for Elizabeth's heart. What made Norrington such an interesting character was that he wasn't truly a villain. He simply believed he was doing the right thing by following the law, creating a moral conflict that made audiences respect him even when they disagreed with his actions. Jack Davenport delivered a calm and sophisticated performance that perfectly balanced confidence with hidden vulnerability. Before Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack had already built a successful career in British television. However, the Disney franchise introduced him to audiences around the world. Today, in 2026, Jack Davenport is 53 years old and continues acting in television series, historical dramas, and streaming productions. Over the years, he has become known for portraying military officers, politicians, and other authoritative characters. One fun fact is that Jack's elegant posture and commanding presence weren't just acting. He spent considerable time studying real British naval officers to make Norrington feel as authentic as possible. But while Norrington tried to uphold justice, one man simply wanted to protect the future of his daughter. 6. Jonathan Pryce. Governor Weatherby Swann. Behind every strong heroine stood a loving father. And for Elizabeth Swann, that was Governor Weatherby Swann. Played by legendary Welsh actor Jonathan Pryce, Governor Swann ruled Port Royal with dignity and fairness. Unlike many powerful leaders in adventure films, he wasn't cruel or selfish. Instead, he genuinely cared about his people and wanted the very best for his daughter. Although he hoped Elizabeth would marry Commodore Norrington and live a safe, respectable life, he eventually realized that her heart belonged somewhere else. Jonathan Pryce brought warmth, wisdom, and emotional depth to the role, making Governor Swann far more than just another supporting character. His scenes with Keira Knightley added genuine emotion to the story and reminded viewers that family remained important even during epic pirate adventures. Before appearing in Pirates of the Caribbean, Jonathan had already enjoyed an extraordinary acting career spanning theater, television, and film. His incredible versatility earned him worldwide respect, long before he entered the world of pirates. Today, in 2026, Jonathan Pryce is 79 years old and continues acting in prestigious films and television dramas. In recent years, he has received widespread acclaim for portraying historical figures and complex dramatic roles, proving that his talent has only grown stronger with age. Away from acting, Jonathan is known for supporting the arts and mentoring younger performers entering the industry. A fascinating fact is that despite sharing scenes with explosive action and supernatural effects, Jonathan believed the emotional relationships between the characters were what truly made the movie unforgettable. And many fans would agree with him. But while governors, soldiers, and pirate captains fought for control of the Caribbean, 3 unforgettable members of the Black Pearl's crew quietly stole the hearts of audiences with their humor, loyalty, and unforgettable adventures. 7. Lee Arenberg. Pintel. Every pirate crew needs comic relief, and Pintel was certainly one of the funniest members aboard the Black Pearl. Played by Lee Arenberg, Pintel was loud, hot-tempered, and always found himself in ridiculous situations alongside his best friend, Ragetti. Although he looked tough and intimidating, many of his scenes were filled with hilarious arguments and unforgettable comedy. Despite being part of Barbossa's cursed crew, Pintel wasn't portrayed as purely evil. His humorous personality made him surprisingly likable, and many fans still remember his funny conversations more than his battles. Lee Arenberg's energetic performance helped make Pintel one of the franchise's most memorable supporting characters. Before joining Pirates of the Caribbean, Lee had already appeared in numerous television shows and films. However, playing Pintel introduced him to millions of viewers around the world. Today, in 2026, Lee is 63 years old and continues acting in television, independent films, and voiceover projects. He also enjoys meeting fans at comic conventions, where the Pipe Rest franchise remains one of the biggest attractions. A fun fact is that many of Pintel's funniest moments came from the natural chemistry between Lee Arenberg and Mackenzie Crook, making their friendship feel completely genuine on screen. But if Pintel loved talking, his closest friend was famous for something much stranger. Board 8. Mackenzie Crook. Ragetti. No pirate looked quite like Ragetti. Played by Mackenzie Crook, Ragetti became instantly recognizable thanks to his wooden eye and awkward personality. While he often appeared confused, he also had a surprisingly kind and thoughtful side that made audiences love him. Together with Pintel, Ragetti created some of the funniest scenes in the entire franchise. Their constant arguments, bad luck, and hilarious reactions balanced the darker moments of the story perfectly. Unlike many pirates who dreamed only of treasure, Ragetti often questioned the consequences of their actions, giving the character more depth than viewers initially expected. Before Pirates of the Caribbean, Mackenzie Crook was already gaining recognition in British comedy. The Disney franchise helped introduce his unique style of acting to audiences across the globe. Today, in 2026, Mackenzie is 54 years old and continues working as an actor, writer, and director. Over the years, he has earned critical acclaim for creating and starring in successful British television series, proving his talents extend far beyond acting alone. One interesting fact is that Ragetti's famous wooden eye frequently caused hilarious problems during filming, leading to several funny behind-the-scenes moments shared by the cast. But while Pintel and Ragetti brought laughter to every adventure, another pirate quietly became one of Captain Jack Sparrow's most trusted friends. 9. Kevin McNally. Joshamee Gibbs. No one knew the seas better than Joshamee Gibbs. Played by Kevin McNally, Gibbs wasn't just another pirate. He was Captain Jack Sparrow's most loyal companion. Wise, experienced, and full of unbelievable sea stories, Gibbs often acted as the voice of reason whenever Jack's unpredictable plans became too dangerous. Throughout the franchise, Gibbs proved that loyalty is sometimes worth more than treasure. No matter how impossible the situation seemed, he always stood beside his captain. Kevin McNally gave the character warmth, humor, and authenticity, making Gibbs feel like someone who had spent his entire life sailing across the Caribbean. Before joining the Pirates series, Kevin had already built an impressive acting career in British television, theater, and film. However, Joshamee Gibbs became the role that audiences around the world remember him for the most. Today in 2026, Kevin is 69 years old and continues appearing in television dramas, historical productions, and stage performances. His decades of experience have earned him enormous respect throughout the entertainment industry. One fascinating fact is that Kevin is one of the few actors to appear in every Pirates of the Caribbean film. making Joshamee Gibbs one of the franchise's most consistent and beloved characters. More than 20 years after its release, Pirates of the Caribbean. The Curse of the Black Pearl remains one of the greatest adventure movies ever made. Its unforgettable characters, incredible performances, breathtaking action, and timeless humor transformed a simple theme park attraction into one of Disney's most successful film franchises. Many members of the cast have gone on to win awards, star in blockbuster films, and build remarkable careers. Yet for millions of fans around the world, they'll always be remembered as the legendary pirates who sailed aboard the Black Pearl. Even in 2026, the magic of this incredible adventure continues to inspire new generations of movie lovers. So, who is your favorite Pirates of the Caribbean character? Is it the legendary Captain Jack Sparrow, the fearless Will Turner, the brave Elizabeth Swann, the unforgettable Captain Barbossa, or someone else entirely? Let us know your favorite in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Then vs. Now, Where Are They Now? And Cast Evolution videos featuring your favorite movies and TV series. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep chasing adventure wherever the wind takes you.